Hey Aquarius, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for my fellow Aquarians. I hope you guys are all doing well. Please only take the messages that resonate. These are not personal readings, they're general. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, you can contact me below in the description box to set that up. Okay. Aquarius, what is happening with you guys? I hope you're all doing well. Let's take a look here at Aquarius's energy. What is the message for Aquarius? Temperance with the Empress. I feel like this is very deep healing work, energy work, energy healing, deep healing here, Aquarius. You know, everyone's favorite card and word, patience, with that temperance card. But I feel like there's something in your life, potentially a connection, a relationship, maybe it's within your own personal well-being or healing, that's kind of, the healing is taking place, okay? I feel like the healing is falling into place. Things are rebalancing. You may have felt a little bit, you know, off kilter, off health, maybe some confliction in your life that was needing some healing. Sometimes I feel with the Empress, it may be to seek that healing from a divine feminine, potentially. It doesn't have to be masculine or feminine, but there could be somebody there that would be able to help you in your healing journey, finding a teacher, a healer, a guide, you know, a guru of sorts. I'm going to check in with that. I want to see here. Tell me about the Empress. Let's see. Remember, well, not remember, but we all have the healer, our self-healing. We all are going to ultimately heal ourselves. But sometimes in life circumstances or situations, this Empress may be of help to you, person, especially if a Hierophant comes out. But let's see. The 10 of Pentacles, okay? So there's definitely a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge. There's abundance there. I feel like it's about investing within yourself, within your situation here, Aquarius. 10 of Pentacles. This is something that's going to give you a lot of benefit. It's going to allow for, there could be something here, just as a side note or a different circumstance when it comes to something around business. So maybe it's hiring a business coach, a life coach, that kind of thing. Somebody who can help you to develop the wealth within your life, within your business, something like that, okay? Because the Empress here is here to help you. And that's the 10 of Pentacles. It's somebody that gives you a bit of an inheritance, so to speak, of knowledge, wisdom, healing, that kind of thing. So some of you are working with an Empress type of energy, somebody who has a lot of knowledge, entrepreneurial knowledge, things like that, okay? So that things can fall into place, so that things can work to your best benefit. This is useful to maybe find that person that can improve your situation. It's investing within your future, investing within yourself. Tell me about Temperance. The 10 of Cups. Beautiful, guys. Again, healing, love, home life. Things are fun. There is some patience here. We all need that at times, but it's ultimately showing up here, Aquarius. You have a lot. You have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles with the Empress. I mean, I don't know how much more abundant in your life or how much more healing is kind of on the way or is taking place for you. But you are headed in a direction in this place that gives you exactly what you're worthy of, what you're wanting out of something. 10 of Cups is a lot of love here. And your situation, home as well, home life. Some of you I read very freestyle, guys, as many of you know who follow me. I go with the flow here and I read what I'm picking up. Some of you may have this situation in your life where, say, an aging parent or a family member, it's with that Ten of Pentacles, and I just feel like somebody here, it feels like to me an elderly mother, a parent potentially, who kind of sells everything off, and maybe there's an ensuite, maybe there's like an in-law suite within your home. There's like a connection with the family member. It seems to be a good dynamic. It's not something that feels like it's not aligned. There could be some moments there where you need to just allow for some time for things to settle in, routines, different habits, different people in your space. But there could be something there where, we're selling everything off and we're putting all the money kind of thing. Let's say we're sort of living together, we're cohabitating. This could be with a parent, okay? Or child moving in with the parent, one or the other. I want to just clarify that energy for a sec. Let me see, around moving in. This is a specific message. The Page of Pentacles. Pages can be children. It's an offer from a child potentially to bring the parent into the home. Okay, again, he's holding on to one of those pentacles. There's something about like liquidating or collaborating. What's the word? Not collaborating. Combining your assets, amalgamating or liquidating to coexist within the same dwelling or home. Maybe that's a financial thing. An entrepreneurial thing, a business thing. That could be a part of that as well. Okay. Let's take a look. Seven of Wands. There's the Four of Wands. That's what I was wondering if was going to come out. But there's the family unit. There's the stability. There was a little bit of resistance here, Aquarius. But in this change for you, you do have to sort of safeguard. Like you have to protect. Say it's your privacy or your space or your habit or your routine. There is something that kind of had a bit of a hesitancy or a reluctancy in that process. But I feel like this does, again, everything falls into a balanced place. It's coming together in that home life. There's definitely a lot of home energy attached to a parent. Parent-child relation kind of thing. But I also see this as a lot of you going through a lot of healing within your love, within your relationships, the healing that you have within your connection, the stability that's coming forward after much resistance here with the Seven of Wands. Maybe somebody feeling very guarded or resistance about stability. I think the stability is kind of because people need to come together. This is kind of like unity and working together, trying to join forces kind of thing. And there could be somebody who's reluctant to release or let go of their own independence or their own way of doing things. So there could be something there that does take some patience or time. If you're discussing that with a person, maybe moving in or sharing the, space together, there could be, I wouldn't take it personally if somebody here is a little bit reluctant because they may feel like they're giving up their independence or their routine, or they're just, it's a little bit of a hesitancy. But let me just ask about the Seven of Wands. It's like somebody is protecting the stability that they already have. It doesn't mean that where you're headed or what you're creating isn't going to be stable, but somebody seems to be holding back on that, on what they already have, what they think they have to be stable. The Ten of Swords, okay? And the Five of Swords. I think somebody here is afraid of like a difficult conflict or something that they've gone through a lot of their own painful experiences or conflicts where they've gained a sense of independence here. I feel like somebody didn't have somebody's back, or somebody turned on somebody here, kind of threw somebody under the bus. And so this person has learned to gain a sense of themselves, their resiliency, their own protection mechanism, their own defense. And so there is an energy here of somebody here who doesn't want to go through that again, doesn't want to go through being thrown under the bus, relying on somebody else, depending on somebody else. There's a lot of exhaustion here because of fighting through something that made this person maybe start all over again in life, or made this person pay the price, is kind of what I get. So they're very self-guarded or protective before kind of facing what could be a negative outcome in their perception. They need time to feel safe. It's a safety thing. Is there any advice on that? Any advice around that for Aquarius? Whether that's you, Aquarius, or the person you're dealing with. Any advice? The Justice was there. That's balance. Any advice for Aquarius on that? The Five of Cups. Definitely. Wow. Somebody's gone through a lot of grief and sadness. You have to give this person a chance, Aquarius, to resolve what it is that's affecting them in a grieving, in a difficult way. They haven't finished processing something so that they're able to fully focus on, like bringing that gap closer together, tightening the gap kind of thing. This person they're still preoccupied, or they're still sort of distracted by dealing with some kind of pain or grief, or being overcome by something that was very difficult for them, that it's hard for them to consider or discuss certain things in your connection because they haven't quite dealt with or been able to overcome that. So they could automatically have their guards up. Seven of Wands. Okay, so there's a lot of conflict, grief, and change. This has created a lot of change. Fives are change. It's like they're moving in the right, starting of a new cycle for positive change. But the advice is to let this person, allow them to release, to grieve, to kind of push this out of their system. Don't try to correct it. They have to kind of move it through themselves. Again, this is where a lot of healing and love is around you or within your connection, your situation. But there is someone here that this could be past tense, like this could have already taken place. And you've arrived here in this place because of the patience, because of the healing, because of seeking out advice or seeking out that Empress energy, wisdom to help you, gentle energy. It's kind of brought you to this place now where it's come full circle, because that Ten of Swords is the end of the worst thing. So I can see where this has already taken place. It seems like the battle is already there, it's done, but now this person is grieving the post-battle, the post-conflict. It's like they're grieving the losses or the pain that they've endured during this difficult situation. So it seems like you're kind of coming full circle. Your situation has come full circle. Six of Pentacles. Okay. The amount of abundance around you right now, Aquarius, and the generosity coming towards you could be overwhelming for some of you. There seems to be a lot of support, generosity, giving where you've needed help. Tell me about that. Six of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. Yeah. Somebody is finally ready to give their love to you, Aquarius. This is the Six of Pentacles of the Queen of Cups. Somebody here once refused maybe, or they didn't really, again, I see this Queen of Cups with the Five of Cups where they were focusing on the unfortunate outcomes of things, the sad part of things, and they couldn't address or recognize or even know that somebody was there loving them, or this relationship trying to give support. She's walking away. She's kind of turning her back on the generosity given to her. But I feel like this has now come full circle. I feel like somebody here has a lot of love. The generosity isn't about the money. It's about the love, the feelings. This is somebody who's willing to kind of allow that, again, coming full circle, reciprocity, reciprocation, giving and receiving of feelings, not just one-sided, because the Ten of Cups is the abundance. The Ten of Pentacles is the abundance. The Empress, abundance, love, healing. But again, it didn't come without its battle. It didn't come without its struggle, without all of this anguish, pain, exhaustion, giving up, throwing our hands in the air, going through deep amounts of sadness or grievance, maybe depression. And this is where there's this guard of the Seven of Wands that is finally kind of let down so that the process can take place. And that's part of temperance. Like, things can flow, things can fall into place, things can sort of take root and actually grow. So this is definitely full circle energy, I feel, for you, Aquarius, where your patience has paid off. Your patience has allowed you to also go through a lot of spiritual growth, development of yourself. Potentially, again, there's that connection with a parent and or child. So there is something there that seems to bring, not for all of you, not all of you are doing a mother-in-law suite and moving in here. This is definitely a specific message about somebody who's liquidating and consolidating assets with somebody else, and then just sort of coexisting, or maybe taking care of, maybe providing and helping that person. And again, the generosity of love, where somebody once refused it or didn't know what to do with it. This is really interesting. I'm going to share a quick story with, well, no, another time. Refusing of love, offers of love, when they say they want it, but then they refuse it at the same time. No longer. They're accepting what they once refused. They were not in the place. It's like they couldn't digest what you were feeding, what you were giving them. Their body wasn't able, or their heart wasn't able, or their mind wasn't able to assimilate what it is that they were being given. So it was like a rejection. The body, it's like when the body rejects something. This person walked away from the natural innate need for love as a human, as a spiritual being, and then turning that away, or pushing that away, now accepting that to come in. Again, this brings you together. It allows for healing to take place. The Four of Wands, the stability establishes, the rooting of your situation happens. Prosperity comes from that. The rooting allows the growth of for the fruit, There's a lot of love, a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity, but it didn't go without its very difficult, to say the least, challenges for a particular person, or maybe both of you. And that advice of just letting this person process their emotions and not trying to fix them or penalize them, let's say, not trying to get angry with the process, because the Two of Cups, it's still there. The two cups that are standing up in that card, it's still there. It's just that this person can't focus on that, or they can't assimilate that. They're working on another issue that they have to overcome. The Hermit in reverse. Some of you may have had a long distance between the first length of time. Some of you may have gone through a very lengthy time, or you took this space apart that was to spend time alone. Didn't necessarily want to, but you did. Again, Wheel of Fortune behind the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, it was a destined thing. It was a timing thing. It was not the right timing. Somebody here may have needed to be alone. They didn't necessarily want to, because they've obviously come back to receive that love. They've come back to accept the love. But at the time, they were not prepared for this. They needed to do some reflection. They didn't know. They kind of lost themselves on their path. I feel like the Hermit in reverse is somebody who's not in touch with their path, not in touch with themselves, not in touch with being able to contemplate what they need. And this Wheel of Fortune showing up for a timing, it wasn't the right time for the abundance to show up, because the abundance is there. 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the Empress. And now you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So some things need time to rest. Sometimes people need time out. They need solitude. They need to feel what it feels like to not have that love in their life, or to push it away, or to be rejected maybe. Maybe someone got ghosted here. They just vanished. They just weren't ready. Maybe they got scared off. They weren't ready to make that connection. But when the opportunity came that you somehow crossed paths again, the timing showed up where it's like, I'm in a better place. This is better luck. This is better. It changes their life. But I feel like they had to change their life or go through personal changes in order to come back. Because the Wheel of Fortune can be like a life-changing event. It can totally change your outcome, your reality. But I feel like this person had to be alone in order for them to kind of wake up, kind of thing. There's this thing about saving a lot of money, guys. There's definitely something about saving or consolidating or liquidating. It's pooling money together. Maybe joining. It's collective financial affairs here. Okay. Chariot at the bottom of the deck. With the Page of Wands, okay? Maybe there's some travel there for you guys. Maybe it's time, but I think you're moving on with some very positive change. I think you're moving in a direction here where somebody was willing to change. There's a positive message here. Inspired to move forward. Happy that they... being able to move through something and actually say, I did it. I feel like that's what this is. The Chariot with the Page of Wands followed by the 9 of Wands. I feel like somebody said, I did this. It's because my mindset or something of a positive energy or a positive outlook on life has made somebody say, I went through hell. I went through hell and back here, but I did it. And I'm moving on. It's helped me. It's helped this person on their journey, on their path. They had to go, they kind of made it through the ringer. They made it through a very challenging spot here. Again, possibly walking away, ghosting, letting go, really isolating themselves with that Hermit. But I feel like it being in reverse is saying, I don't really want to. It's kind of like somebody who might be going to rehab, let's say. They have to fly across the country maybe to a healing retreat or a rehabilitation retreat or a detoxification program. They don't necessarily want to, but they needed to. They had to do this. They had to face their challenges. And so that could be part of the travel. It could be following a path. There could be a distance there, or traveling to get away, to do something that was to change the challenging path that they were currently on, and to get them through this through the aid of possibly other people. There's aid here from others, and there's financial as well attached to that. Actually, no, what are we at? 24 minutes, holy cow. Let's do the well-being cards, Aquarius. You made it. That's the cool thing about this reading, Aquarius. You made it through. There could still be some patience there, but you've kind of come full circle in a situation that's finally reciprocating back to what you were trying to, or what this person was trying to offer you. We are all working toward the same goal, joy. Whether it seems like it or not, you are all working toward the same ultimate goal of joy. You are just approaching things in different ways, and all of it is working. This is so weird because that's kind of what this person had to do. You're both coming together at the end here, Aquarius. You're both trying to find your joy, but you're doing it in different paths. I just journaled a thing this morning. I was doing a visual journaling exercise with an image, and I basically said, in what I was picking up from it was that there's many paths to the light. There's many paths to happiness, to joy. I didn't use the word joy, but there's many paths to the light. And when you feel like you're walking in an enlightened space, when you feel like you're walking in your joy, then you're probably on the correct path. Listen to that. How you're feeling. What path are you walking on? Does it light you up? Do you feel a sense of joy? You've probably been working on the correct path. If not, maybe change course, change paths. But everyone's on their own path. Everyone's on their own journey. And this is what we're all working towards, being happy. Everybody ultimately wants to be happy. They want to feel loved. They want to be happy in their life. But we have different paths to take. And some people go through hell and back to finally realize, I've arrived at where I need to be. I've arrived back to remember that I am to be loved. Remember that we are to be loved and to love others. So I hope this reading helps, Aquarius. Thank you so much, guys, for all of your likes, your shares, comments, subscribing to the channel, and any other support that you'd like. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you soon. Take care.